dragon rages within you.
You're powered up. Get in there. Sterben nicht. Apagándolas luces. Translocating. Light. The battle continues. Just apagando las nubes. Rains from above.
My ultimate is charged.
Good evening and welcome back to another edition of the Watchpoint Post Show live from the Blizzard Arena in Los Angeles. You already know who I am, I'm your host Malik Forte, and we have the band back again. Zoe, Bryn, Sideshow. Sideshow was just making bird noises. For
No, it's not a shot of America that's making me laugh.
Whoa,
it's a scenic
why was
shot
it so
around the
ominous?
flags. Well, it's just the flags. I love the American flag.
Are you a bald eagle?
Yeah.
Oh, was that?
Well, yeah, it's almost like as you rotate around the flag, you can hear the.
That's not what
the
it
bald
sounds
eagle.
like, bro.
No, that is essentially
Alright.
what a bald eagle
I'm going
sounds.
to take a moment out of the day to say as well, happy birthday to the super fan behind us. 25th birthday today.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh yeah, hey,
somebody else
happy
came all the
birthday,
way-
dude. Yeah,
someone
put
else
your
came all
sign
the
up
way
a little
from
higher.
Yeah.
No one
Yeah.
can see it. Okay.
Always sick to meet fans like that.
Love you too,
I
man.
love you too.
Love you too. Love you. All right, guys, you guys ready to jump into the matches today?
So
I
ready.
was born ready.
All right, so we just saw the Shanghai Dragons and the Guangzhou Charge wrap up their match. The Dragons were up 2-0 at the half. All they need to do was win one map to close this thing out. But the Guangzhou Charge weren't going to allow that to happen. They brought out some more wackiness from Hollywood and made this a game.
This was a DM highlight reel. I think this is great for his CV, wherever he wants to go in the future. If he just shows the series, he should be golden.
Honestly, Hollywood was also a DM highlight reel because they lost when he wasn't in.
Yeah,
so
I
all
reckon,
DM
but he
has to
just
do-
proved his point.
Exactly.
Really.
He just shows them the VOD of Hollywood and he's like, look what this team's decided
Look,
without.
guys, look. I think it was very interesting to hear what Wolf and Kilios said, though, about... what did they say?
Well,
Wait, now I lost my track.
He made
Oh, no.
analogies to World of Warcraft Classic.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He did say that, and that was interesting. No, but how interesting it was to see that the Shanghai Dragons struggled whenever they faced off against what they usually play themselves.
Yeah, I think it's a kind of a good idea on Hollywood to run that kind of competition because it's actually very difficult to run the DPS on point B. But okay, it didn't work this time. Coming on to Gibraltar. Gibraltar's a fantastic map for a bunch of DPS, and DM clapped.
DM's
He absolutely
bro, look at
destroyed.
it.
I
Like-
agree with Wolf's assessment that DM might be the best Widow in the world right now.
At level, to put it in terms of Wolf did, he said DM level 60. He's ganking newbies in the Red Ridge Mountains. All right? Where he's
I
up
don't get
against
what that
Happy.
means.
Happy's just a poor little, he's a level 19 mage, you know? He's just set out on his first quest in Azeroth. And he's failing to find
Takes
the
you up
quest.
to
giver.
level 19 to go out on your first quest?
Not really, no. First quest in
That's
Red
how
Ridge
Brenton
Mountains.
plays World of Warcraft. He's actually just been in the Forest of Elven slaughtering wolves. You didn't understand the concept
I don't know what
quite
any of
yet.
this means.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's...
Also, they raised the level cap. It's a little higher than 60 now.
It's been a while since.
Well, you know, we don't talk about that.
We are talking about Classic. All right, guys. Now let's move on to a match that happened a little bit earlier. The NYXL were the only undefeated team coming into this game today. The only undefeated team this stage. So, in order for them to continue that undefeated streak, they would have to get past the Dallas Fuel, who decided to channel a little bit of old star power with my man, Mr. Good Aim Taimu, who is in for today.
I don't want to be the person to say it, but, you know, they took Taimu out and they started losing.
Yeah.
Just throwing it out there.
I don't know if it's that simple. They lost one map.
It's really not.
They lost one map with Taimu in it. One
Yeah,
map.
I feel like what I've seen online so far, got to dispel some rumors, got to shut down the Reddits, you know, the plat
But we're
chats
the
of the
ones
world.
starting
Let's
it.
do it.
Why want it
shut
A
to
lot of
down.
people calling out Zachary for this loss for the Dallas Fuel. I
What?
don't
Zachary
think
pounded in the first half.
Zachary demolished.
Yeah.
Were people like wearing
Actually
blindfolds
I
the
think
first
they
half?
might be blind, Josh, honestly.
Zachary didn't destroy Don
Bro,
Brigitte on map
listen,
1.
they're just letting their personal biases get in the way,
Yeah.
you know? Zachary's a controversial guy because he's cocky, he's young, you know? He's a
When has he
pro
been
player.
cocky?
He always strikes me as quite a quiet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
He can be, but he you know, he likes to type on the social
This
media.
is, yeah, this is where the rumor is coming
Is
from.
he a little reckless?
He's just throwing it
Wait,
out
is he a
there.
little reckless on the comms?
I don't know, but like Zachary was not.
All right. Wait there, though.
Get
Let's talk about the game, though.
Right
Yeah,
there,
let's
because,
talk about the game.
because this is just the process of Dallas Fuel throwing this game away, what we're
Yeah.
about to witness. Because when you guys came out of the half, it was 2-0 to Dallas, everything's looking good, they have a good game plan. Coming out here, they actually set a reasonable offense, but their defense just crumbles to pieces. Okay, not too bad. Their strat with Taimu, it's not that well crafted on Hollywood. Fair enough, you only need to win one of the next 2 maps. And then they just throw away Gibraltar and Nepal in horrific
Yeah.
fashion.
I want to talk about this here on Gibraltar, right? I hate this strat right here. It's like cheese strategy that Dallas are doing with the May.
With the May.
I really dislike it. I think it's kind of like a cop-out. I feel like it doesn't work against some of the better teams, and then you're left when you're switching over your heroes with an old disadvantage into the rest of the map.
To be fair, though, at the very start of this series, New York did not look like one of the better teams.
Yeah,
So
yeah, it was
I think there was a possibility of them actually getting away with it.
But they could have won Gibraltar. Dallas could have won Gibraltar, but their point C offense, again, is terrible. And point C on Gibraltar has been a terrible sticking point for this team, again and again. And then coming into Nepal, they could feel the game slipping away from them.
But
And
both of
despite the
them-
fact that they were running Libero on Diva and Sabiobi on Brick, they still managed to beat this.
I think both of them on Gibraltar at least had a very good hold. Both teams managed to hold for almost 4 minutes actually on C, so that's already quite a feat. And honestly, I think it was just lucky for the New York Excelsior that Mano kinda started carrying in some way, shape, or form. Like he was the only one who was really consistent, didn't really make many mistakes. He kind of carried the team there.
All right, and with that, the NYXL are the only undefeated team remaining here in Stage 3. But I have to ask, Zoe, what do you think of Taimu? Did he, you know, his debut, he made it today. Do you think he lived up to expectations for people who've been asking for Taimu all season long?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think it was great to see him back in the lineup, and despite not having seen him for such a long time, not having had him on stage with the rest of his team, it didn't look that way. It didn't look like he had been gone for such a long time. I generally can't even remember the last time we saw him. And for him to pop up
might
with
have been
Zombra, a hero we haven't really seen on him. No, I think it wasn't
It
that
could have
far
been,
ago, was it?
honestly.
I don't know. Could have been.
Yeah, but actually could have been. I'm not sure. But no, I think his Sombra was more than serviceable. I think, in fact, that on map 1 and 2, he did straight up outplay Sebiolvi. I do think his team did really, really well in shutting Sebiolvi down. And a big part of that was Taimu's great hacks and everything.
I got a lot of respect for Taimu, honestly, as an individual.
Good.
He's a man who knows what he wants. You say good.
Yeah, he could snap you like a twig. But
Yeah, I mean,
you
look
better
at that.
respect that
His
man.
neck is showing some serious martial arts usage at a younger pub. Like, that's all I'm saying. Like, that's the guy. Like, but one thing that I respect about Taimu as well is that he comes into this, and when I remember a similar situation very recently where he came back into this lineup and he said, "I don't want to be known as the old Mu. He wants to be known as new Mu, you know?"
New
Well,
Mu.
this is new. Like,
and this is new.
You
It's the
haven't
new
seen
look
this
for
kind of stuff from Sombra from him before, but also he adds that leadership presence that we've been saying has been missing from Dallas for so long.
Right.
And before in the pre-show, we were saying, okay, New York have this leadership figure in Sebiobi, who is going to step up from Dallas. At the moment, judging by that match, it looks like it should be Taimu.
Right, so it's safe to say that he has a place in this rotation, right?
I think so.
Absolutely.
Yeah, good. Well, I'm glad. It'd be nice to see some more Moo out there doing this thing. Now, one of my favorite news segments that we have is a little segment we call You Hate to See It. In that match with the Dallas Fuel and the NYXL actually had a play that definitely fits this category for this segment. Josh, what you got for me?
I absolutely love it. It's a play from Sebiobi, which you might have seen earlier on in the day. We'll break it down for you. It's a fail when he's playing Sombra on Paris. So let's dive into it and show you what went wrong.
News Network.
Yeah, I think you have. All right, so here's Sebiobi. Here's the translocator. Boop, boop. and then just wanders straight into the jump pad and gets blown up by the mine. Let's wind that one back, because the amount of things that just got unlucky for him here are unbelievable. Like, first of all, I'm not even sure really what this translocator is supposed to do apart from take him further along, like to be able to roll out or something. I don't even know. Is he trying to avoid traps? I honestly, I don't know what that translocator is supposed to do. But it bounces off the roof, and then he's like so befuddled by the fact that he missed it that he just misses this enormous Junkrat trap.
Bro, I'm telling you, it's harder to spot these than you think.
It is way harder to spot from his
from his point of view, it's a little bit more hidden.
It's much more subtle. But I just play it through again in full speed for you, because you really do hate to see it. He looks so comic because he's just like, he falls from the air and then takes one step and he just steps straight into a bear trap and then he lands on the mine, which I think is just incredible.
Oh, man.
Incredible. And there's the GG Easy in the chat from Zachary as he picks up the first kill of Paris.
Right. Or F. Pay some respects, man. You hate to see it. You hate to see it. Well, guys, coming up after the break, we'll break down the second map 5 of the day and see if the Spark can clinch their Stage 3 playoff spot. Don't go anywhere. More Watchpoint is coming right up.
Coca-Cola is the official refreshment of the Overwatch League.
Next time.
Yeah,
All right,
I'll buy my own.
everyone focus. Focus. This map is super important. Let's get this win going into the break, okay? It's gonna be huge for us.
You heard Fusion said a win here would be a huge win for the Boston Uprising, but could they hold off the Fusion?
Spoilers.
I mean, we all know
They did
EQO and Carpet have been waiting. What was that, Bren? Spoiler alert, huh?
Spoilers, they did not. Did not
You're going to
happen.
ruin the game for someone that's never seen it before. You know, they tune in to Watchpoint Postshow for the first time.
Yeah,
They're looking
man.
for a bit of tension built throughout the
Sorry,
island.
yes. But I will say that I did not predict this one correctly.
That's true.
That's
to
correct.
everybody's incredible surprise, Brendan Hook gets a prediction in
But we're going to get to it. You know, the tension's still building. Maybe they do.
Can we talk about
maybe Brendan's wrong.
EQO and EQO's Farah and all the barrages
Yes.
and literally every rocket this man has hit?
He's so good.
It's actually ridiculous that he nearly went uncontested. I don't even know how that's possible.
Right, he did. You guys called it kind of during the pre-show that for this team to be successful and to be optimal, they needed EQO to pop off on that Farah, on that Hanzo, his comfort heroes, and he definitely was doing that. Man.
They also said that they needed to remove the roof. Let his car fly.
That's true. Yeah, I'm not sure quite what that meant in terms of the metaphor,
sounded
but
so
I think
good,
they
though.
did. They removed the roof. And for the Philadelphia Fusion, I mean, imagine these guys in a position where they could play DPS all the time. If the meta ended up changing, or if we'd had a different meta this season like we
if
had
only,
last
Josh.
season, it would have been a joy to be able to watch these guys pop off all the time. And they'd be putting pressure on people like DM and Ding for those title spots. I mean, Carpe was one of the people that were up there last season for Best Widow in the world. So
It's just good to see this this team like kind of coming back to life, because generally they were the only team, they didn't even pretend to like GOATs.
Yeah.
They made no attempt on looking like they have any willingness to play 3-3-3. They didn't hide that at all.
Yeah.
This was a team that was always
What a
flashy,
boot.
right, in their play, and it feels like as soon as they play the triple tank support, they kind of go to just consistent, boring play. I mean, and it's hard to be flashy, I think, with a lot of triple tank triple support.
I don't know, other teams managed it.
What teams like the Vancouver Titans, but then they've got the Alpha Chad bumper on their teams, who's just like leading them through using his own sheer force of will by hiding around corners, you know. But yeah, I don't. It feels like their style is definitely over on the DPS here.
Guys, I have a question. On the other side of things, we have the Boston Uprising, and this is great actually. This is Neptuno doing what Neptuno does with the Battle Mercy. But guys, what the Boston Uprising, of course, this match a little closer than the last match against the Philadelphia Fusion. How do they get over that hump? What do they need to do better if they want to start getting these W's? Because I feel like they're on the cusp of it.
They are, yeah, but I think they just need to clean it up. There were just every once in a while there were some pretty crucial individual mistakes, like a wrong grab from Colo Hex here, or like, you know, like those kind of ults which were not fat-fingered but severely misused. These kind of mistakes just can't happen. Not against a team which is equal, if not better. Like, you just can't afford that. One wrong team fight can literally cost you an entire map. So they have to clean it up and quick so.
Yeah, they're also a little one-dimensional in terms of how they play. They don't put much thought into the setup before they start fights. They just kind of rush at you, or they just kind of rush through a choke. Whereas a lot of other teams take their time to put people in the best positions. They'll put their D.Va on an off angle. They'll make sure there's areas in the best position to vomit out damage. They'll pressure back the enemy team a little bit before they push forwards. Whereas the Boston Uprising just seem to go like YOLO, and they just run at you. So I think Fusions and the leadership kind of something that's been so good for Boston can also be a little bit of a detriment if they don't think things through or have a real clear structure as to how they play.
Right. Well, hopefully the Boston Uprising figure it out. Of course, they're trying to make that run to this full overall season playoffs, and they're going to need every victory they can if they're going to make that happen. But guys, our last match that we're going to be covering today was a match between the Florida Mayhem and the Hangzhou Spark. Now, there's a lot of talk about the Hangzhou Spark being one of the top teams. I'm not sure if this match would help them make that case any better, but they did work in this match with the Florida Mayhem for sure.
I can't wait to relive this match.
Yeah, they absolutely destroyed Florida Mayhem. I mean, it started out looking relatively close. As close as you would expect the potential bottom team in the league against a top 3 team could be. But it got less and less and less close.
Did you just say top 3, Sideshow?
Yeah, for Spark right now. Yeah, I think so. I mean, do you have Titans in your top 3 right now?
I agree with that. Honestly.
No, I wouldn't. I mean, also it's incredibly difficult to make power rankings at the moment because I think
you're taking the Titans out of your top 3.
I think Titans and Shock would beat Spark at a direct GOATS matchup, but Spark are much better at beating the Sombra and DPS teams than those teams are. Yeah. So like Spark are incredibly consistent right now, which I think gives them the top 3 rankings. Like the Titans are playing Sombra GOATS at the moment and they look pretty awful. So yeah, I'm wondering at the moment whether they should be in top 5 form.
Whoa, come the heck on.
Well, it depends what they're playing.
Getting savage.
Yeah, I mean, it's more nuanced than that. I mean, it's part of the argument against power rankings because...
Well, sure, exactly.
The individual
says the man who keeps on promoting his own power.
Promoted it once, it didn't gain any traction, the sponsor didn't want to pick it up, Zoe, so...
I think this is the hardest stage to try and construct power rankings because it's all to do with style and the maps that you play, and there's a variety of things that you can do, but we can all agree on one thing. The Spark absolutely dumpstered the Florida Mayhem, and poor DPI and Gargoyle did not get a fair showing. I don't think they got a singular limb.
No, they didn't.
Or was that on the previous map?
Was it? It's harsh though. You put these players in for this final map to give them a bit more stage time. This is not a valid strategy, unfortunately. The Valiant proved this last season when they played against the Shanghai Dragons. They were 3-0 up. They subbed in their B team. A team with very good players now. Some of them in contenders are having great success. And unfortunately, didn't get any results. In fact, they got full held by the Shanghai Dragons.
Yeah, but let's be real here. Like, did they have other options? I think now is as good as time as ever to like sub in your new players and give them stage time and make it work.
Honestly, it doesn't even matter. Their season is over. It's done. It's gone. It's down the toilet. Just sub in the next players and try and build towards the next season.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you. This organization just seems soul-sucking, honestly. And I feel like when we do the half times, sometimes Bare Hands are stood there and he's staring at me and I'm like, I'm sorry, pal. I'm sorry. It's just... What do you
Well, I mean,
what do you want me to do?
isn't that the point of them like subbing people in those? They're trying to figure out, you know, these things. They're trying to give these guys.
Yeah, we essentially we agreed, but then Bren he went in a circle.
Well,
He got confused with what he said.
No, I completely agree with what I think the common. I mean, we all agree here.
Well,
They-
tell
The
me,
point
tell
is
me
we
what
all
you think,
agree.
and I'll tell you whether I agree.
They need to build towards the future. Like
Yeah.
that's
Yeah, that's
It's
it.
like, that's what they're trying to do.
Yeah, I agree. I
about
think it's
it,
perfectly
you know,
fine.
It's
when
good.
the
Throw them in there with the top team. Let them figure out how bad it can get, you know? Put them out there. Welcome them to the Overwatch League. But guys, with that, let's take a look at where we're sitting in the standings after today, because I believe now NYXL's win has knocked London, the Spitfire, out of contention for the Stage 3 playoffs. The Spitfire are out. Also, with that win for the Spark, they have clinched a spot in our Stage 3 playoffs. Of course, you guys found out yesterday, LA Valiant, they're going to be making it to the Stage 3 playoffs as well. So congratulations to the Spark and the Valiant, our only two teams that have clinched.
Maths is kind of crazy, right? Like,
Right.
how are the Charge not eliminated at 2 and 3, and how have the Titans not clutched at 5 and 1 or Excel at 5 and 0? Like, do you need a +11 map differential to clinch? That's
Imagine
a crazy
at the end
playoff
of last
scenario.
stage, someone would have told you that Valiant are like the first team to clinch.
Yeah, the first team to clinch,
I
and
would've
Titans
laughed.
might not make the playoffs.
Yeah.
That's bananas to me. Like, if they lose their next match and they go -4 or something, they could be out of the Stage 3 playoffs.
That's bizarre.
With a
Yeah.
5 and 2 record, they might miss out on
bro.
stage playoffs.
Mathematics, fam.
Yeah, I mean, it's
wild.
just crazy. It's like numbers and stuff, isn't it?
Stage playoffs,
Wow.
they're a toss-up. They're a toss-up. But, you know, more importantly, all these teams, they want to make the overall playoffs too. So every map definitely matters. But, guys, coming up after the break, we've got the most over-the-top moments of the day. Stay with us. More Watchpoint coming up.
The Overwatch League is powered by Intel. Game, record, stream without compromise on Intel Core i7. And by Omen by HP, the official PC and display of the Overwatch League.
What's up, y'all? As you may or may not know, I'm the rap elder god. And yesterday's show, we had Jake and Uber who battled it out to see who the rap god of Watchpoint is. Of course, Bren is back now, and he just couldn't help himself by trying to get in the mix.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
Faders in trouble outside, player returns with a rally, but Faders tactics push back, soundbar in for Florida Mayhem, Zephyr returns on the Bastion, BQB gets rid of Jake, Muma trying to stay up and shield Raucus on that backside, and it needs to heal. Oh, and the Bastion, surely not. This is where it ends. Zephyr back into his turret mode now. Boink is struggling. The Florida Mayhem have brought his house. I got blood going to my head. It's cool. It's cooling up. We gotta stop. We gotta slow it down.
Just too fast for you, Brent. And here's a look at our Rap God leaderboard. We'll keep this updated to see. Here's an open challenge for anyone in the Overwatch League that wants to try to take our champion Uber down.
Bring it up.
The challenge is out there. Come and get that title.
Bring it up. I'll do it again. Right here, right now.
Yeah, no, you have a medical condition.
Bro,
where
I am
blood goes to your
competitive.
head.
I stand up like this so the blood doesn't come to my head.
What, how you were stood up last
That
time?
was exactly the same.
Yeah, no, but I was like leaning over a little.
Just
Brent,
give
no.
it a day.
We'll
give it a day.
Give it a day.
Bait it in.
Get some
Bait it
rest.
in.
I'm so competitive. There's no way I can stand being beat by J Lil K. Like, get out of
How
here.
did we measure those words per minute?
I don't know.
I'm
But
pretty
by-
sure I was on for a record pace
I
there.
feel
You
like
count the
that's.
words.
I am pretty sure
production
we
has
make
their-
those numbers up. Not gonna
No,
lie.
no,
I'm
you just-
pretty sure
You
that's
count the
what
amount
I
of words, you count the amount of time,
Yeah.
and then you do some like math, and
Oh,
then
there again,
mathematics,
okay.
isn't it?
and then words per
Yeah,
minute.
maths.
Isn't it?
Production, they have the method to their madness. All right, well, Bryn may not be the fastest caster we've seen, but the most over-the-top moments of the day are coming at you faster than ever. It's time to jump right on in. Starting off with EQO with a crazy dragon strike to the most high. I love them dragon strikes from the ground, going up.
Yeah, this is a great play, but they actually still lost this fight, and then
Didn't kill the immortality field.
well, no, they did
Oh,
this
they
time,
did
but they
this
didn't
time.
the next time. Which I mean, this is the entire premise of the way that they're trying to break it with the Hanzo. And if you miss that immortality field, you are stuffed. So nice play,
Okay.
good set strat.
It's like he's mad at the sun. Moving on, we got Taimu camping the translocator and getting that crazy kill on Sabubi's.
I love
dope.
this. I love this because he had the option of destroying the translocator when Sabio was behind enemy line. His team would have killed him, but Taimu takes the 1v1. Taimu don't back down.
And then he
Taimu
hits
takes
the-
it, then hits a nutty little flick shot off to the side there. I love it.
Just sits there and waits. He's like, hey, moves here, baby. I've been waiting for you.
Hit him with the flip.
Moving along, we got BQB who didn't fall this time. He lived. He made it past.
You know, persistency is key, and this game is all about repetition, muscle memory, and now that he figured out how to walk out of the spawn,
Yep.
I think this man has a great future ahead of him.
We have said that the
I'm
Florida
very
Mayhem
happy.
are making large improvements, and I
Yes,
think
that's
this is
what-
one of the
at least,
tangible,
yeah.
one of the tangible leaps and bounds that we can see.
All right, keeping it going. Carpe on Widowmaker, looking like the Carpe of old. So good to see him back on this hero with the 4K. So nasty.
Kinda clean. No, look at this dude. Oh, my goodness.
It's always awesome seeing Carpe sniping. I want to see Carpe versus DM in a match on Sniper versus Sniper.
Bro,
That's what I'm about.
I want a Widowmaker man. That's what I want.
Yeah, well, you're not getting
Just cleaned the whole squad. All right, and number one was that wonderful Earth Shatter we saw earlier from Gushue. Oh my goodness. I saw it shatter,
This
and it
filth.
looked joyous.
This sparked so much joy in me, I had to get changed afterwards. It was incredible. The little jump around the corner and the Earth Shatter, it was amazing. I was just, because I was so sweaty.
So sweaty.
I was so
Yeah,
sweaty
yeah.
afterwards that I had to go and get changed. That was so
I was shaking in a corner after this one, man. Devastating.
Say that again.
Devastating. All right, now let's take a look at our Twitch cheer leaderboard. Bryn, you've been gone for a while, so you know what it is.
Here we go, the Atlanta Rain, number 1, Hangzhou Spike, number 2, New York Excelsior, number 3, Houston Outlaws, number 4, Dallas Fuel, number 5, we're gonna get a 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000 souls.
Okay.
There in the corner.
Someone has been
Our
watching
individual
Better
leaderboard now.
So,
Brent?
what, Letterkenny? Oh, you want me to read that?
Yeah.
Yo, where's my boy, LaQuash Bobby?
He hasn't been on the leaderboard for a while.
All right. Also, we got Rock Norris coming in at number 4. Malonun at number 5. I haven't seen that name
that's
yet.
a new one.
That's a new name right there.
Kulava.
Ixie at number 6. And then we got Cobra 9-3 Stang at number 10.
Blue
Shout out
Jacket
to
as well,
him.
new one, I think.
Nope, it's been there a while.
No, it's brand new.
Member of production.
No, brand new.
All right, guys, we're not done yet. On the other side of the break, we'll take a look at what's in store for tomorrow. So don't go anywhere. Keep it locked. More Watchpoint coming up.
The Overwatch League is brought to you by T-Mobile, now connecting 99% of Overwatch League fans. Catch your league on America's network, T-Mobile.
You can always run away, you can dodge rockets, and they're gonna put agilities on the fire gun. I love this.
Yeah, agility's
Defensive
part of
fire. Oh no!
Or you're just gonna get picked immediately out.
Supercharger gear for the fuel. Using ultimates just to survive. That's not what Dallas Fuel want to be doing. Oh, how long? AKM makes
It's Watchpoint!
Excelsior just drops the bomb in.
The armor to wear out. Gonna back around the corner.
Jellon, let's go. Trying
Nice
to
hack on the bumper.
EMP now being used. Bumper just trying to hide in that little corner there with Upside going down. The self-destruct might just be a pressure relief foul. Free! Jadu comes up with the answer, and it's Emong. Emong and Evil Tile to go down there.
Zumba's now out of mech as well. And they're stalling this out big time. A huge kill. And now Mavis got transcended. Baby gets a second and a third.
Where does this happen? Where does this come from?
20 seconds left on the clock. Shanghai, look at all the check marks they've got working on it. Dang in the back line. Oh, Sleep! Kareem! Clutch Sleep making all the difference. Shanghai Dragons down. He cancels out the EMP. Now it's a Hail Mary attempt from the Shanghai Dragons. They get the shatter in. But the Valiant pouring on the pressure. There's the grenade.
It's the final day of week 4 tomorrow, and it all starts with our match of the week when the LA Gladiators face off against the Vancouver Titans. The Spitfire then go up against the Shock. The Houston Outlaws are trying to keep their Stage 3 playoff hopes alive against the Toronto Defiant, and Chengdu goes up against the Seoul Dynasty to finish the day. Lots of stuff going on, but guys, I gotta know what you're the most excited for tomorrow. And Bren, since you've been gone for a while, we're gonna start with you this time.
All right, listen up, kids. It's time for Bren's certified banger of the week.
You almost
I
remember.
forgot what it was.
You almost.
Almost. Today, it was the week sponsor pendant. Again, Coca-Cola, hit your boy up. You know, we're going to be going to Atlantic. It's got a couple of cores going, you know. Maybe get a little logo slapped onto the box.
Get on with it.
But I think this is going to be a good match because we're going to see London Spitfire. Again, you never really know what you're going to get out of them. They're like a box of chocolates. Again, I don't know. Am I allowed to say that? Might be
Sure.
copyright, trademark.
I don't think you can trademark it.
You can,
A box of chocolates.
yeah, keep going. Yeah. You're good.
But I reckon it's going to be a good match. Shock as well. If they can play up to top form, I think this is guaranteed to be a reasonable match. And I'm going to be looking forward to seeing if Shock can manage the Sombra play a little bit better.
Okay. There
All
it
right.
is.
He
Certified
got the
banger of the
points.
week from Brent. What about you, Zoe?
I know I keep it sweet and short since he used up all our time to talk. I'm going to look forward to the Vancouver game. I want to see if they are able to actually recover. It was a tough loss they had last week. Was it last week? This week?
Might
I
be.
don't know. Time flies.
Time really does fly when you're having
Yes.
fun. You know what I had fun watching?
Last week.
It was Seoul, not Seoul.
We're
I've
naming
infected
this
you all on this desk.
Chengdu versus Shock. That's what I enjoyed watching, which is why I think Chengdu against Seoul is going to be a quality match coming up. I think Chengdu are riding the momentum of their victory against the Shock. That was a great performance from Elsa in particular, so I want to see whether they can continue that and actually make a push for the overall playoffs, because I'm going to be real with you, I counted them out about 3 weeks ago, but now they're starting to get wins again, so anything is possible here.
Box
in the
of
Overwatch
chocolates,
League.
as they say.
Yeah, they are very similar to a box of chocolates.
Yeah, you
in
never know
what
what you're gonna
sense?
get
In
in.
what sense is
Sometimes-
Chengdu similar to a box of chocolates?
Sometimes you get the great caramel taste of Aemon,
Yeah,
and then other times
Why
you just
is-
get the disgusting coconut flavored.
I like
Yo,
coconut.
I like coconut,
I really
dude.
like
Oh,
coconut.
wow,
Why
this-
you're in
you
the
guys
wrong
are freaks. I'm out of here. Peace. See you later.
Coconut's
Can't be on the
delicious.
desk of you guys anymore. I actually can't believe you like coconut with your chocolate.
Coconut
Yes,
is good.
it's delicious.
Yeah, it's good. Brandon,
better
good to
than
have you
caramel.
back, brother. Good to have you back. Guys, that's going to do it for us. But coming up right after Watchpoint, we've got a live Q&A with Hotba from the Guangzhou Charts exclusively with that Overwatch League All Access Pass on Twitch. So if you don't have it, what are you waiting for? Go get it. We'll be back tomorrow with the pre-show at 11:30 Pacific. But until then, arrivederci.
That's not what it
Bald
sounds
eagle.
like.